the streets, what do we see? Young people crying for opportunity. Some lost in drugs, some lost in pain, trying to survive through the struggle and rain. That boy on the corner could be my brother. That young girl suffering could be your mother. That drug affected man is somebody there. So why do we judge instead of showing care? We cannot sit and pretend we don't know, while the future of Liberia slowly falls below. The youth are tools, precious and bright. They need direction, love and light. Community leaders, where do we stand? Pastors and teachers, let us join hands. Government leaders, let the people cry. Save our children before another dies. Stop putting politics inside this fight. Drugs destroy both day and night. Let's go after dealers poisoning our land and help the victims rise again and stand. JMD, oh! Drug-free Liberia, oh! Let us stand as one. Let's stand as one. Help our sons and daughters, hey, before their lives are gone.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, Josh, this morning?
I'm doing great, General. And you?
And I'm fine. And Edward, how are you this morning, my brother?
Yeah, to God be the glory.
Thank God today is Wednesday. If you're listening to us, share the video. You guys can share the video for me also. And well, I'm very sorry that I was just on the line with an Honorable Ability. He's not feeling too good, but he will definitely come on. Not today, but we'll schedule another time. I've been on the line with him, and we try to see if we could do it by StreamYard to send him a link. But with someone not feeling good, we cannot and push him because Ability never run from interview. He always on other network. But he called me this morning and we're on the line and we started to joke and all about this ordeal. So we're trying to see if we could send a link, and I told him, I said, you know what, from the talking, I don't want to push you because you are doing everything just to come on. So I told him, I said, okay, let's just set up a new date, maybe next week by the grace of God. Because when someone is sick, you just got to and let it go. You can push, you can bring a sick man on the show and then the next thing. And in Liberia, we eat a lot of different food. So sometimes you might eat something like tabogi and it will not be good for your stomach. So good morning, guys. Good morning, Liberia, and welcome to another edition of the Independent Minds for a Better Liberia, where we put country before politics, truth before propaganda, and the future of our children before the interests of few Liberians. My fellow Liberians, there comes a time when enough is enough. Today is one of those days. Our nation is once again making headlines because of massive drugs seizures worth approximately $19 million, or more than $19 million. This is not just an other news story. It is about our nation's security. It is about the safety of our children. It is about the reputation of Liberia before the world. Every Liberian should be asking, are we truly protected? If drugs of this magnitude can move through our country, what does that say about our security system? What does it say about our borders, our airports, our seaports, and our institutions entrusted with protecting our nation? Sadly, it is the ordinary Liberian who pays the highest price. It is our young people who becomes addicted. It is our families that are torn apart. It is our communities that suffer from crime, violence, and hopelessness. The rich and powerful often move on, but the ordinary citizens is left to deal with the consequences. Today, we are not here to accuse anyone without evidence. We are here to demand transparency, accountability, and justice. The Liberian people deserve answers. We ask, who organized this shipment? Who financed it? Who facilitated it? Moving, movement. Who was supposed to receive it? What steps have been taken to ensure everyone responsible is investigated? And if the evidence supports it, prosecuted according to the laws. What reform will prevent Liberia from becoming a corridor for international drugs trafficking? The fight against drugs cannot end with the seizure of narcotics. A seizure without accountability is only half the job. The Liberian people deserve to know what the full truth will be pursued, and no one is above the law. This is bigger than politics. This is about protecting our children, defending our nation's reputation, and building a Liberia where the rule of law applies equally to everyone. So stay with us this morning as we ask the hard questions, demand honest answers, and continue on our mission of building a better Liberia. This is the Independent Minds for a Better Liberia, where we challenge and encourage critical thinking and believe that an informed people are the strongest confident, confounder of democracies. God blessings. Good morning, Liberia. The conversation starts now. You like it or not? I can also make this a vision, more emotion. We can also change it the way we want to. So also, don't forget, Liberia is the only country that you can never be deported from. My name is Munel Queen Kishen Jr., aka the general of opinions, the civilian general, the man who is not afraid to speak the truth, the man who believes that Liberia belongs to us, and we are the custodian, and we are the citizens of Liberia, and we have all rights to ask the necessary questions. So please, when we open the line today, we want you to speak freely. We want you to have an open mind. You might be supporting another political party, but also remember, you are a citizen and you're supposed to be one of those with independent minds. So when independent minds come together, we have a better nation. So guys, don't forget, Liberia is the land of liberty. It is our home. It's for our children. Ask yourself the question, if God take me today, which type of Liberia will be leaving behind? The old politicians fail us. Do you want to fail the ones that you heard of? Today, when you look in our country, the ones that complained yesterday about the old politicians are the one in charge. People who were born in 1969, in 1970s are the one in charge today with few older men. What is going on, Liberia? Can we fix our country? Why are we continuing to allow our country to go down the drain? Why? Why, God? Liberia is blessed with talents. We're one of the greatest nations on earth. We were there when it started United Nations. Founding member of the OU, founding member of United Nations, founding member of ECOWAS. So remember, Liberia was always there for other nations. Liberia fought, if you don't know, to bring other countries to give them independence. Liberians, we are the most beautiful people and most heartfelt people. The people love us. But why today? Why? Because we, the citizens, continue to make the mistakes. We don't want to follow history. We think freedom is free. Freedom is not free. People pay their lives for freedom. But because we got it free, so we think that it's useless. But we cannot sit back anymore and sit and continue to preach tribal politics, county politics, religion politics. No. Let us speak for Liberia. Yes, it's good to be in a political party, but Liberia is a small little land, a small place that we almost know each other. We are family. We are family. Why are we allowing corruption to portray the street of Liberia? We know who are corrupt in the public code of opinion. We know, we see officials that came to power with little or nothing. Today they are millionaires right in our eyes, and yet we still praise them. And we, the citizens, continue to remain poor. We can't even afford it to send our children to school. Young men are now trying to be only keke driver, motorcyclists. That's the only job they can do because there's nothing. People graduating today with no jobs. They struggle to see what to do. Yet we say they are lazy. No, Liberians are not lazy people. Liberians are not lazy people, but because the people who are in charge are not pushing our people. Lack of dignity of labor, we lack it. We don't respect other professions in Liberia. So everybody believes that you should have a white collar job. You should work in the office. That is why even people that don't know want to work in the office, even if they are office boy. They dress up in a suit, they're okay. Why? Because we don't respect other jobs. We don't respect carpenters. We don't respect mechanics. We don't respect police. We don't respect the military. We don't respect law and order. We never respect what we put on papers. So what do you expect the citizen? We push the citizens to pin their buildings. Now, July 26th around the corner, they will send a letter out. Oh, you should paint your house. But the ministries, government ministry is not painted. Why? Selective justice. If you don't paint, we will fine you $100. But the man cannot even afford $5 to eat. But you will fine him $100, lack of job. We put everything on the citizens. The citizens are always the victim. You guys, we need to get up. I know you could be a member of UP, member of CDC, member of ANC, and whatsoever. But speak with an open mind. Speak with an open mind. Let us start tearing each other down. Let us stop disgracing, lying about each other. If you cannot help, don't destroy. In our communities, we must clean our communities. Go back to the days where every Saturday is almost you cleaning up and washing clothes. Clean your communities. Then you hold the government accountable. Do what is right as a citizen. Play your part and you hold the government accountable. Talk to your children. Discipline them. No matter what happened, do your part. Don't sit and say, oh, government doing nothing, but what are you doing? You play your part and then you hold government responsible. We saw the red light where there's fire. There was fire all over the place. Liberians. What happened to the National Relief Disaster Commission? There are a lot of things. That's when government comes in. Sometimes we sit and think, if Liberia fall into a problem like what's going on in Ghana today, will Liberians survive? We don't know. Because the government cannot even protect us. The government cannot protect us. Today, Guineans are still on our land and we don't have an answer. And people are saying that we should wait, because people believe that, officials believe that in 2 weeks, everything is over. So let us have a great conversation today. Let us decide. Let us decide. The government has always been for the few. But this government that is in today, that we usher in, we have one of the best, the most experienced Liberian ever in the history of Liberia. After 49 years, he was elected as president, yet still struggling. Still struggling because he's surrounded by corrupt politicians, corrupt individuals who are only there for themselves. So who's to be blamed? The individual or the man who gave the job? The man who gave the job is the one to be blamed. This country, to this government today, is all from one county. Majority, 90% is from one county. But yet Liberia is made up of 15 political divisions and counties. And made up of one tribe. And one tribe, majority, the Kisi. Then from there followed by Gbandi, followed by Loma, but they're all from the same county. Liberians, are we just sitting to wait? Or are we ready to protect our country? So let me bring up our other guests, panelists. And Joe, how are you this morning? And Lufa will join us in a few. How was the traffic and how was your day? And so far, what is trending in Liberia?
Yeah, traffic is always terrible. Always a thing in Liberia. But one of the major things is almost like a GB knack that refuse to, you want to take it in, you refuse to throw, you refuse to go down in your throat, you throw it out. It's about a just issue. It refused to go away. Just yesterday they sent it communication from Amara Conan and Ellen Snow. The radio communication to invite the joint security to get some updates pertaining to the trust issue because we have been all 2 weeks now and we're not getting any major updates. And you know, one of the confusing thing is this. Like I have my warehouse and I always accept people goods in my warehouse to save it for safekeeping. Before somebody bring out goods in my warehouse, I have to know why in there and then if somebody finds something in my warehouse that they ask me who own this thing and I cannot provide the name of the person that own it, then I got to be held responsible. So there is a situation with Peter King, the Paul King and Peter King issue. So people are saying that this thing here is it was packaged to at a safe place in Peter King place. So if Peter King don't want to call anybody me or if refuse to call people, then why Peter King is not in court to say? And we say carry on investigation all over the place. And you know, if you read it, somebody that read it, you are ready the suspension letter for Peter King. For me, I think it's like a little bit romantic. It's a romantic suspension. I don't think there will be a serious suspension in the first place. You know, if you haven't seen it, just put it out and read it for yourself. You know what I'm talking about. Other suspension letter that we have been seeing before is quite different from the other suspension letter. A letter will just do this, let people just move on you, but you know, we don't really have any serious issue with you. So we look forward to the Senate. They had a joint meeting the last time, and they said they reached some decision, and they should give audit on a regular basis, but there have been no audit so far. Everybody mute, but it refused to go away. Absolutely, it refused to go away. Everybody say like talking about it, and they want a how, yeah, yeah, they want a how.
Ele making talk
They will talk all the time around. The way I looking at
yeah, making talk all and also. And it is disheartening when I see people defending wrong. I listened to one of the old talk show hosts who still trying to survive saying that seditions are not supposed to talk about the drugs issue.
Okay.
Why? Because there were $100 million drugs.
Okay.
So when CDC was in power, why UP was talking about the drugs? When there were drug situation under the UP government for 12 years. Look, you cannot stop me from speaking. Yes, you removed me yesterday because of corruption and whatsoever. Yes, you're in there. If you make the same mistakes, hey, it is my right to speak out.
Sure.
People change. Why am I coming? Okay, then why should Amara Connect speak when people were blaming him when he was finance minister? Why now he's sitting in a different position and speaking out? It is his right.
Of course. So
not because yesterday you were a rebel leader, that means you can't speak the truth today when you think you're a civilian or you're in a different position. Liberians, it is shame. I see people defending why you should speak, why you should talk about this and drug issue when you were there yesterday. No, we removed the other guy because of this situation. We removed the other guy because we said they were kush all over the place. We removed the other guy who said, oh, they were using Liberia as a hub. We removed the other guy who said, oh, they were corruption. But now we hear, you can't rescue us. You can't tell us which of the mission you on. You can't tell us anything. So the other guy have the right to speak.
Yeah.
But when I see people defending, oh, yes, at least that 19 million. No. It could be 5,000.
Yeah.
The fact is that you say you're going to protect us. So my fear under this whole drugs thing, if this drugs could sit in Liberia, where it came from, how it entered the country, that means we're not safe. If Guinean people can stay safe in our country, and we say we remove our representative, we're trying to destroy people just for that, for Guineans are staying in our country. Today the drugs is still there. We're trying to hold someone as a scapegoat. We're holding one man. Yes, they receive it. And they're telling him, you know what? Don't talk. Nothing will come from RA. Just pretend, act like you don't know. Nothing will come from. Yes, who gave you the drugs? Because Edward can't come to my door and give me something and I see no name on it. The first time I'll be a friend.
Yeah.
Even right in America, if you take anything to the post office with no name, they're not going to accept it. They will not accept it. And also they can search certain packages at the post office. And they're very careful to make sure they're not satisfied. And they will call you. If you don't have a name, if there's no name on it, that's it. They will not let it go. But Liberians, why are we doing this? Why we should protect people who already destroying us?
Yeah.
Why are we sitting there? How you feel to go on radio to defend things that already going to damage Liberians? Because they gave you few bucks. Because you can talk. Oh, because you think you still have your strength. So seditionists they are not citizens. They're not supposed to speak about it. It is their right to speak. Whether we removed them yesterday, it is their right to speak on this drugs issue. Again, this is the Independent Minds for a better Liberia. Everyone has different opinions. Everyone has different minds. And it is our responsibility to speak truth to power. To speak truth to power. Good morning, Julius. How are you this morning? I see you all fire up. I love the share, my man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, you know, we got to get ready. They said when you're going on the farm, you don't leave your machete. So right after here, I got to run. So
that's good.
Yeah, but anyway, great to be on here. You know, my brother Joe, how are you guys doing? Especially the folks in Radio Land. Guys, we want to welcome all of you to the Independence Mind. As often said, I am your co-host, your humble seven loafer Julius, and I come to you live from the People's City of Raleigh, the state of North Carolina. Though it's far beautiful weather out here, we want to welcome all of you to the conversation, and we hope that you get yourselves ready because it will be another stimulating one. As we prepare ourselves to get on this journey, don't be a part of the train. You spearhead the acts of it, and you lead it process. So welcome, guys. Let's get into the conversation. And like Monet said earlier, you know, a whole lot of things are going on, especially the issue of drugs. But I would like to share with you or the BTI report that, you know, I found out about this yesterday. Very disturbing on Liberia BTI report, which I'm going to read on the radio so you guys can understand it. For a government that came to power and promised good governance to come to this point in where every international report that is provided about this government appears to be negative. It is again very embarrassing. It is troubling, and I think we need to be a little bit more concerned. They appear to make CDC to look far better off than some of us claimed yesterday. And I said some of us because, yes, some of us are in the driver's seat when we criticize CDC. Okay. I have no regrets for doing that because the people of Liberia deserve better. And that is the reason why we continue to search for a better Liberia, regardless of who's in office. When Mr. Alexander Cummings becomes president, come 2029, I take my hat off again and I get back on the battlefield to fight because I will hold Mr. Alexander Cummings accountable. All right. Every step of the way, there will be no room, no wiggle room. The expectation is that upon his ascendancy to the presidency, people's lives should start to at least experience or sense some level of true transformation within the first 90 days. We should see true governance, good governance, led by his example. Then we will start to, you know, see that things are getting in the right direction. But until then, we will not stop advocating for a better Liberia. And that's part of the reason why I'm always satisfied, I'm always anxious, and I'm always stepping forward to be a part of the independent mind conversation. That is not because of me, but because of my people who deserve to be treated better. But I'll throw it back to you, Brother Joe and Manette, while I try to put up this article on Liberia BTI report.
Okay. So, guys, those of you who are listening to us by Facebook, please share the video. And when you're ready, Julius, just let us know. Share the video. Today we'll have a nice conversation. I'm sorry again. I was on the line with Billy and it's not feeling too good. We tried to see if we'll do it by StreamYard to get him on, but it's better to stay, you know, let him get ready, get better before bringing him up here. So yes, we want to ask the question, but you know, Billy never run from interview. So right. Guys, Liberia is the only country again, I say, that we have. We cannot allow these guys. Go ahead, Julius.
So, BTI is the Bretterman Tongue Transformational Index. Okay, this is an international source, and I urge all of you out there to please read it or do your own research. Do not just be fed with information and you're not investing a little bit of time. So I'm going to kind of read out this summary just to make sure. So the BTI examines 137 developing and transitional countries using data collected between 2023 and 2025. Okay. And each country received a political transformational score, an economic transformational score, and a governance score. Believe it or not, Liberia failed miserably in the governance score. I'm going to read out what it is. The BTI 2024 source, okay? Now, for governance, BTI says corruption, weak institution, and limited state capacity continues to undermine effective governance. I'm going to read a part, and this is the part that really drew my attention. Let me read this again. This is about Liberia. Please do your own research. Read this. The BTI score says corruption in Liberia, weak institutions, and limited state capacity continue to undermine effective governance in the country. Now, we're talking about a government that claim to be effective, right? They claim to be overly experienced. They have some of the most educated people in in the world. To be scoring like this is embarrassing. Political transformation for the Barker-led government. Okay, I give you the time frame when this data was actually obtained. Political transformation, they gave us 6.30 out of 10. The ranking, we came 46 of 137 countries. Economic transformation, 4.07 out of 10. We didn't even reach 50. 4.07 ranking. They're talking about economic transformation. We got 4.07 out of 10 rank. We came 107 out of 137 countries. I think it's kind of okay for that part. Governance index 5.02, ranked 54 of 137 countries. Now, if this is not embarrassing for anybody out there, I want you to think about this again. Now, remember, we can never move Liberia forward until we have stronger institutions. I said this before, and I'll continue to say this. That's part of the reason why most of our politicians, they don't focus on building institutions. I've said this, and as much as I sound redundant, stating how many times I have made this statement, yes, I said it. That's part of the reason why most of them find Mr. Alexander Cummings as their target, because they don't understand in institution building. They don't understand how you share our responsibility and hold people accountable. In the case of the recent drugs issue, maybe if people were being held accountable, probably today people won't be out there hiding out, or people will be refusing to do their job. You're going after the low man. There's a video out there, very disturbing video that Frank Wisse, all right, Chairman Frank Wisse shared the other day about a woman whose house was burglarized by LDA officers, claiming that they went to arrest her for being involved with drugs. The big boys are out there. You're not focusing on them. You're focusing on the low man. So the law in Liberia only applies to the under people. Those of us in the markets, we are the people who actually suffers from the law. Your lawbreakers, your legislators get away with whatever they want to get away with, and then you expect the people to believe in the system. How do the people believe in the system in such a manner? You don't even respect them. You have no rights. The people have no rights. What would Mamusu do? So you will go after Mamusu, if Mamusu, who understands that, okay, I have no means to survive. If I don't sell my potato greens, I don't get anything to eat. So you know what? Here, this is what all of you guys are doing. You're not bringing cocaine. You're manufacturing, as a matter of fact, because we don't know where it came from. We have no source. So, of course, we have to say it was manufactured in Liberia. So if it was manufactured in Liberia, now Mamusu wants to invest in drugs as well. because she feel like, hey, I got to do something to feed my family. The government is not providing job for us. So guess what? Everything they do or they introduce, we're going to have to be a part of. And this is why Liberia continue to go down the drain. Monica, I'll let you guys come in.
Yes, Julia, you said it, or we will have to stick on this topic. We want answers from our people, and I must say, we want answers for our people. We want answers from the government, the legislators. Everybody's getting concerned, and Liberians now, we on the radar. People are watching us, small little country, and like you said, Judas, if it's something that we benefit from, then let us benefit, but not few for the pockets that make the pockets strong. If the government were using it and say, oh, the money going behind schools, the money going to hospitals, then we say, but listen, we don't want to do it. What a difference. Because other countries do that. But only a few people. Why should be the one collect the packages? A whole chain. Someone brought it in. Someone going to ship it. The airline is they're aware of it, and it just go back, go. By the time they enter the next country, people there with, and it is wrong. Who using the drugs? It's for our children all around the world. And Julius, for some reason, I want to see the government that will pass a strong law that if you're a trafficker, you can face death squad. You can face the penalty to die because you're killing people. You're killing individuals. It's not different from someone who take a gun and start shooting all over the place. There's no strong laws. How many years they go to jail for? One of the men the woman who's selling weed in her little house, where she got it from? The people who selling the drugs in the street, where they got it from? These are the people you run after. You put a musician in the street because he's smoking weed, and then you lock him up. When the big boss are still paraded, it is shame. What you hear in your area there, Edward, in your community, the whole drugs issue here. What the people are saying.
First of all, the morning I was because I posted on my page some of our past something because George took some photo of me and sent on my page, my little sister, my page on her phone. So all of my media colleagues in Pekin saw it. I said, oh my man, you don't think I said, yeah. He said, okay, I want to host you tomorrow morning as my online guest. So I was a guest on the breakfast show the morning from 7 to 8 before we get prepared to come here. And all the things we've been talking, I explained it there, and people were like, okay, but you know, Edward, it is true, but you know, you cannot dress a devil and bring it outside, and then you undress a devil. It's look kind of narrow thinking, you know, and that's but I kind of advise that we do everything at all costs. The people in past already want the kind of information they need, or they really hungry for information. They are really being brainwashed on that side, and I think the conversation this morning was really interesting. Now, it was an interesting thing at the Senate yesterday. The vice chair for political affairs, Senator Taba Vabila from Cranky County, I was really shocked. She was really, really critical yesterday. Look, Mr. Kitchen, we all supported the comment. For me, President Walker made sure campaign to is that we are bringing jobs in the country. Hey, then everybody clapping. So make sure we take them for in power. Oh, then we all clap. Now, it will just be so. I'm too embarrassed. I'm really, really, really embarrassed because the measure campaign tools for we are bringing jobs into the country. You take power in quite 2 years, 19 million for jobs, and then you say nobody shouldn't talk. No, I ever if I sit in the chair and I'm a co-host of a show and I'm performing where you move for you, somebody person performing beyond below my standard, I have the right to criticize that person because he said that I was not a good presenter. That's why he removed me. So you that can't sit in the chair now, you should be a better producer more than me. But you can be below the standard, and I should be better than you in the first place. They have the right to talk. So Silesian or Wakanda Party, they all have right to talk. They are Liberian, and it's just embarrassing. It's really, really embarrassing. Especially when you walk on the street of Monrovia, you smell poverty. You really, really smell poverty. When I'm coming from work and from my way, you see people. I mean, people land on the street with a kid. I don't even know what they're in school in the first place. Begging people for little or nothing, and then the government is not making no effort at all. Every day, they report that Mr. Julio just read. So sad, and that's surprising. When you live in Liberia, you know, even if, I think the degree say a more higher, it should be more lower than that. It's a shame, man. Seriously.
Yeah, it is. And those of you who are listening to us, this is not about attacking a particular group, but we elected these people. We stood in the rain, poo water.
Yeah.
We stood up. We say, yes, this man is better, and governmental experience, and this and that and that. But Liberians, nothing has changed. Nothing. But yet, some people still going around believing that, oh, we'll have a re-election, we'll bring them. Liberians, you all know one an apology for electing this government. But when they don't do the right thing, it is time to remove them. Those of you with the small minds that are saying that, oh, we can be changing people. Yes. Liberia is 178 years old. We go in, I know when, how many? 179. Then you're telling us that we should hold one person, and after the person dies, then we bring another person. No. No. You believe that the person will do good. If the person don't hold yourself responsible. Move on and find another person. There are a lot of good Liberians out there. Yes, we support the LS Commies, but there are a lot of good people out there. Edward Joe is not a an ANC member, but Edward Joe have seen it and noticed that, oh, I made a mistake. But he no one an apology for bringing in the rescue team. But he realized it. Imagine the man realized it and said, no, this is not what I settled for. Because the agreement was a better government to protect me. But I am going 2-3 years. I can't even send my daughter to school. I can't even, in fact, he was giving up. Yes, Edward said I was done with politics. But when I listened to the independent minds, I said, listen, we can't sit back and allow this to happen. Imagine Edward is a vision impaired person, can feel it. We that can see, imagine, we feel it. Then imagine Edward. Imagine what happened to Edward today. Liberians. Even one of the guys that he gave job to, Noah Zawu Gibson, he had people, children all over the place. Every day he bring new group of people. But where are these people today? So you see, but not everybody the same. Not because I blown up today, that means there will not be no good Liberians. Not because I had an accident in a car, so that I mean when they bring the ambulance, I can get inside. No. When other Liberians blunder, there are other Liberians there who are better off. So we must try everybody. Yes, the politicians fool us, they disgrace us, they lie to us, but there are other politicians who are there. Look their way. Look their way. Not because politicians are liars, that means there's no other truth politicians. Some people are not politicians. They are not. They are technocrats. Some people, politics is part of our life. You won't tell me selling mobile money or minis, that's a job. But we see young Liberians doing it, and they're struggling to do that because they want to make ends meet. We see them on motorbikes. They're not different from you and I. Some of them are smart, some of them are educated guys. They graduated but nothing to do. So they should just let me do something. And we call them, yet we wanted to vote for, but we call them as Zogos. We call them, oh, they're smelling, oh, they this and that. But they are the one that moving Liberians from one point to another point. They are the bedrock. I'm telling you, the motorbikers who are driving a keke, they move us from one place to another place because we cannot even afford it. To look, how can a citizen spend 90% of his time or her time just to feed the family, just to find food for the family? But the lawmakers in a tinted car. When they were campaigning yesterday, they were on motorbikes. They were in a car where you could see them, but now you can't see them anymore. You can't see them to even put forth to say, no, I will vote against this because my district is not getting this. No, they don't care. Their pockets, they are all rich. Or senator came with $3. Today he's a millionaire. How you feel? How do you feel? You could pass near his house, but the house is fenced today.
Sure.
9 years, I don't give a damn. After 9 years, I'm okay. So he care if you want to vote for him. So who you are representing, you or me? Liberians. Sometimes I sit down and ask whether we're manufactured, whether we're in a lab, what's going on, what happened with us, good people. We're not here to waste our time. Let Julius getting ready to go to work.
Mother,
So let's come in. Let's welcome Anthony, but after Julius, Anthony can come in.
You know, let me be fair with this portion of the discussion. The people refusal or just being discouraged going forward. I know how it feels like after you have attempted after you have given it your all.
Yeah.
And then those you work for abandon you. That's how the people feel today. Liberians around the country, they're now relying heavily on begging. It is so disgraceful. It's embarrassing. Welcome to the show, Franklin K. Weezer. Mr. Chairman, welcome to the show. Okay. And everybody else who's following, Doris Tanya Thompson, welcome to the show. Henry Winning, Catherine Gibson, all of you that are following from far India, thank you guys for following tonight, this morning, excuse me. You know, Manette, I can honestly see why people would be so discouraged and don't want to believe in any other politician. But you know what? There's a reason why people often say, and I will use this analogy, when your previous relationship failed, that don't mean you can't find another person. That don't mean you can't find another person. It just probably meant that you guys were just, you just didn't make it. Find the
Yeah.
next person. The fisherman who gets up every morning and go fishing, even if he catches the biggest gripper, he comes, the next day he goes back to the ocean. The reason he's doing it is because he feel like he must provide for he and his family, and he cannot stop pursuing gravy until gravy comes home for him. So you, the people yourselves, I understand your pain, the pain and agony that comes with us, where we're just being denied access to quality health care, quality education for your kids, while government officials are sponsoring the kids to move outside of Liberia and seek better life. They are actually part of a system that works and leave you in abject poverty. I can understand why you would not want to do anything with politics. But you know what? At the end of the day, all of us would never migrate out of Liberia. We can never travel out of Liberia. So somebody must get a job done. And you, the people, you, the one with access to the voting cards, should not be played. Do not be bamboozled. This is for you. When we sit here every morning, you sit and listen to us. That's your time. Monday, let me close on this note here. Every time I'm opportune to sit at work and I have free time, I try to browse the social media. And when I browse, I'm looking at various places where young people are sitting in intellectual centers. And I say to myself, whoever told people that intellectualism is confined to a specific area? You sit and allow people to mesmerize this whole poverty. They give it to you as though it's a piece of cake on a platter. No, intellectualism is not to a specific area. It's not defined. It's how you apply yourself that make one to think that you're an intellectual. Education is not how many degrees you have acquired.
Yeah.
It's how you impact the society. And that's why when people elect certain people and say, go and represent us, they expect you to act adequately so that it flows down for everybody else. Governance is service oriented. I'll stop at that note.
Yeah, thank you. And Anthony, come in. Good morning.
Wow, what a perfect segue, Lofa. It's like you read my mind, right? Thank you, Lofa. I like what you just said. And good morning, Monia. Good morning, my dear brother in studio. Look, and our followers. I was on the I Beg to Differ show last night in Sweju. And look, Lofa, that's exactly the problem in Liberia. What I said last night on our show, one of the things that I talked about is the fact that our leaders, when they go to negotiate or when investors come to Liberia, they look like a kids in the candy store. They are afraid to even ask for what they deserve. They be acting like small children because they don't know what to say and how to say it. They act as though when a concession fee has to be passed, that means that company that came to Liberia came to do a favor. No, you have something very important. That's why they came to your country. Use your intellect, your ideas to benefit your people. And that's what Mr. Cummings says. If he's fortunate to become president of the Republic of Liberia, in his first 6 months, he has to review all of the concession deals in the country to see whether Liberia is getting the value of that resources. Look at the kind of deal that's been signed in the country. And our lawmakers and our leaders in offices all around the country don't even read the fine print of these documents, and they get passed around and sign things. Can you imagine additional 25 more years for ArcelorMittal Steel in Liberia? What do we have to prove? After 20 years of operation in Liberia, can you boast of anything that ArcelorMittal Steel have done for Liberia? But they got additional 25 years. So your education is not impacting your people. We go to school so that our people can have an advantage, so that our impact, our work, our deliverables will change the living condition. If you have 2 master's degrees and your people are struggling and you're in an office that can change their life, and it's not changing their life, then what is the purpose of even obtaining that 2 master's degrees? Lofa, General, and my dear brother in studio, that many Liberia, over 50% of the population of Liberia, they cannot afford to buy 25 kg bag of rice. Most of them buying rice by cups.
By cups too.
Most of them buying rice by cups. That is a disgrace. A nation that possesses up to 46% of the rainforest of West Africa. We should be able to grow our own food. Rice is our staple food, and we are importing rice. Over 240 million is spent annually to import rice to Liberia. 95% of the rice that's sold on the market is imported. So what happened to agriculture? Rice needs 2 things to grow: water and sunlight. Do we have rainfall in Liberia? Yes. Do we have sunshine in Liberia? Yes. What is the excuse? Why are we not investing into agriculture? They say, oh, but our people left foreign rice. Take, for example, the American parboiled rice. Let me announce to you this morning that the American parboiled rice can be grown in the swamp. Do we have swamp land in Liberia? Yes. So why are we not growing the American parboiled rice and the people like it in Liberia? What is your excuse? The answer? They don't have any excuse. They are incompetent. They don't know what they're doing. Because there is no excuse as to why are we not growing rice in Liberia, or why are we not investing into agriculture heavily to create jobs, to address the food insufficiency in the country, to make people healthy, because when you eat it on time, you will be healthy. So I just want to say this morning, folks, we have folks in government who are incompetent. They don't know what they're doing. They are very confused. And for them to tell the Liberian people, oh, we really don't know what we're doing, they will give you all sort of excuses. Oh, development takes time. Government, room was not built yesterday. But what have you done the day before yesterday that we can look at today and hope that tomorrow will be okay? So that's the point I want to make this morning.
That's good. And coming, Edward, then from there we'll open the lines.
Yeah, just to mention about the food issue you're talking about in Liberia. Before president, we have administration, copper oil around $50. Currently now, copper oil is around $60 now. Or plastic or coal, at the time or age in Liberia, we're cooking in copper, we're using coal. Our bag of coal around $650 under president, we have administration. Currently, our bag of coal around $900, $950 right now. And our plastic or coal is currently around $50. You can get 2 plastic or 100 LD before you can cook a food now in Liberia. Now, to even buy of copper rice. So what usually people do is that if you have over 250 or 300, you buy at least 2 copper rice, and then you buy a certain fish, a contaminated fish, the one we refer to as momo. If you live in Liberia, you know what they call momo. Certain rotting fish that the fly usually play on. You buy that rotting momo and you put it all the dry rice, and then you just put red all there, and you have to go mute because you cannot. Nobody can afford the bowl in the dry bowl with a listing in Liberia a little over 200 LD. And you can get you get 200 LD again, you can dry everything on one dry bowl. You have to get red, you have to get cool, you have to get oil. So it's tough. In fact, nobody people for you to have 25. About you buy somebody or 25 kg now, the person will celebrate you, they will worship you like you are a God, and it's called a little over $14 to $15. So if you get that $14 or $15 right now in Liberia, it's a war. You can get it. That's how bad the economic system in Liberia is. Really, really bad, and it's a disaster. You they've also had a breakfast before coming when they kosher or $250 kobo. You see it now it's nothing. So what people usually do in Liberia now, like you wait, you work the money, you just wait or to maybe 4, 5 jabba. You just do it one time. No breakfast, no lunch, no dinner, no. Everything is into one. It's two into one. That's how we live in Liberia now. Yeah,
Wow. And those of you who are listening to us, this is a real story from Joe. Edward Joe. He lived a life. And he take his time to come here every morning to talk to you. It's not for making news for himself, but it's hard. Some people eat dry rice and momo. You know, some of us in America, when I go home, I eat it because I miss it. But some people eat it 5 days, 7 days a week. That's good meal because that's the cheapest.
Of course.
Momo, the rotten fish, we like it, but it's the cheapest. How many government officials today eating momo and dry rice?
Yeah.
When you see the dry rice can pay for some people whole weekly food. How many of them can really have eaten dry rice and momo? Yes, it's a good food that when you miss it, you eat it once in a while. But some people eat it every day. Let's open the line. Let's hear from you. Are things good in Liberia? Better off? We need a new face. This government has failed us. Look, there's a power, there's a thing. No matter how long you keep a lizard in the water, it will not turn to a crocodile. If this government going to change, they should have started from the day things went on. The day the president sat in office. The president understands government. There's no excuse. That's why they say government will pay taxes. This president has nothing to prove to anybody. That's how some of us felt. For his age and his experience, we say, yes, President Baka will do it no matter what. He owed no one. We protect him, we give him everything. But today, look at the surrounding of the president. Pretending as if they're working. They're complaining about their own salary. And it's shameful, my people, Liberian people. Look, we has the power to make the change. You can't depend on the people. Open the line, please, George. If you're there, please open the line. Let's hear from our people and tell us what you want to add on the Lofa and what and Ed and Anthony. Open the line and let's hear from our people.
Why George opened the line? The only thing I will add to this. Well,
yeah, go ahead.
In addition to it, it's job creation for our young people. That's it. That's all we want because people are crying around. Open the line. Let's hear from the people. The people are the reason why we are here. So I love listening to them as they voice out the satisfaction or the satisfaction with the government. So
good morning. DJ Constant, good morning.
Yeah, this DJ Constant. I call for the raining day home here in Labasi.
I know, my brother, it's raining.
Look, the bad thing about it, my brother, you hear the thing. We are the hustler and the rain can give a chance to know how it's tough. The rain, the whole of June, can you imagine? I said to if the minute I get want to go around 1 or 2, then the rain start falling. I will my shoes down. How do I go? Everything on me. Now the country. The first thing is I was in Nigeria for 21 years, right? I was taught to come home by my seen USC boy. And I came home. I don't have to live on government. But we are not even generous. Like people forget what generosity is not there at all. At all. Everything we want to say government. Of course, government was to create the environment that we can make it. But the one that I brought is Morovia. If you want to go play the Canada right now, you have to try to welcome. But if I want to leave for Lebanon, that means I'm prepared to stay 1 or 2 days in a hotel. But generous people. But the generosity of Liberia is not even the reception is not there. We don't want us to start going around. I'm a visiting paper to go around and start moving and out. No, I'm not used to that. But I was police. I have been removed from the police, but we mean nothing. Police can't tell me anything. Nothing. I'm just up and down from one police director to another director from another place. Nothing is working. I was telling somebody yesterday, look, I'm thinking when I was how many years I was staying in Liberia to miss Nigeria? I stayed in Nigeria, I regretted why I came home. I'm regretting why I came home. And if I dare leave the country again, my brother, even my day police said they will keep it in Nigeria. Because that bro is tough. Tough. Very, very tough. Though the government is there, but we are here. And in most of the time, I want to people that, of course, there's no work, there's no job anywhere, but there's work everywhere. But yeah, there's work nowhere. Who talk about the job?
Wow.
People yourself here. You will create people yourself who want to promote the foreign business. The foreign business is doing all. So what do you want to do? You try anything, somebody will step on you, I want to enter you and want to undermine you, and then you go back to zero. That's the situation of our country, of our people. And it's bad. When Labrador get president, when? Come on, listen to you, man. Come on. Oh.
Okay, my brother Constant. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, Margie.
Margie, Devin, good morning.
Yeah, I'm going for removal, but I want to give my later for
Okay, man.
My son in a radio station, and where General Lofa and the other men, where they are saying that true. You know how many years with all the running around we were doing for the people. You know how many years I was not able to buy a bag of rest. That one of the things that made my mind to ready change right now. All they sell before you will go buy 2 to 3 cups. Then you buy the potato green. Then you buy that mwen. The hay. You open it or you put water on it, you wash it. Then you chunk it in the potato green. Then now, when you see the fifth and cold at $1,200 now the dry coal in Radita market. Because I live side the Radita market at a PHP. The dry coal 1, 2. Even the fifth just what my son was saying, it can't even cook soup that day when potato green right, can't even cook it. That just a few days I was able to hand up money to walk in a store where my 2 sons blessed me with. I walk in a store. I don't even know how many years I go in the store to buy back of red. I was bringing that red and crying at the same time praying for the two children. Praying for them. When they took that money from that club, made it double. My sister removed at 1 o'clock, so I get time to talk. So my children, the thing you're talking, the thing we put our saying. But we ain't turn around to do the right thing. I think we were big into Jesus come. That's all I get to tell our people. They let change of mind. We try all the other people. No hate, no take. My people, Liberian people, including my Josephine and her children. Even my friend at that today, what will be removed? Or sister was telling me, say, I'm behind you. I'm behind you, me and the children. All that put together and try for me. They call me to the city, they think we get the job we are with to call me. But for now, my people, you're not turning right. Before you be here, baby, I can't check how many years I went in store to buy back correct. So everything that you're saying in a radio station there, that's true. I'm a lady wasting every day I was baking yet. But say I brought her back already. I'm bluffing now. My Josephine, I'm running up and down. Today again, I went remove the body. Yeah. I'm bluffing now because I told the children, I said, why they said the soup that slept there, you just go, you're 2, 3 cups, you won't even have spoon, no problem. In the evening, when I come from the funeral, and then when you leave for me, like, hey, you see the bluffing and all, that the one we talking with the children working, you have to be baking. You will get everything I own now. Yeah, you know how many years I've been baking for children to go to school from the time where you're. Hey, I will still be baking bread. My thing is going to be that somebody pour in for bread there, I say I carry it. Somebody coming to have graduation, they want cake, I face the cake, then I carry it. But it was just a continual process until God blessed me with 2 sons. They were with each other, even go nowhere here in a drum. That drum, I know how many particular they but every day we take the clothes from inside, we empty that bag already inside.
Okay, man, Josephine.
So I tell God, thank you for
Hey, George.
Yeah.
Miss O'Carr returning today.
Okay, Loba say you give your call today. Okay, we lost my Josephine there. The numbers to call 0777-959-959-08.
This is the reality of many Liberian. That woman's story.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, my brother. Your name and where you joining us from?
Good morning, hello.
Good morning, my brother. Your name and where you joining us from?
Hello.
Good morning, we can hear you.
Hello?
Good morning, my brother, we can hear you.
Hello?
It's not be that you got not ready yet on 0-777-959-959-0881-871-670. The number is to call and be a part on the show this morning. We all know it's raining. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, it is fair. I'm calling on the boulevard.
Welcome, Fred.
Yeah, am I live?
You are live on the radio, Fred.
Yeah, they respect the poor brain out there. They put it was not this area. They said they didn't bring respect down. They're the money that signal you are. They're going to start in my day. And I don't make it sure about one of the lady who bought the food. I had to in my pocket. I think I'm going to start my day money. I rented the kosher. One of the rescue government. Oh, I was feeling that this now. 150. Oh, I was telling that this now. I came out to tell the father. So I wanted to kosher. I'm making sure about the woman. The one put through and I read anything. I said, the old lady, DJ Peter was small. They read very small and they give out, but when I believe respect down, then they read looking at it. They want every time to give me, you are president. That when they respect and green, I even they feedback to you all I want to sense it. You know, they country, I already know me seriously. And my vote, my vote, I get JD, I really consider to be a winter vote. Seriously. All the dreaming who are in I haven't seen one time in the past.
I'll get my brother.
I can't make it feel about the on the ring. I just imagine I ran on the ring to what time I did. I go for a small rest coming by in the red. Oh, people my small power with my heart.
I'll get my brother. Morning.
Jesus, that the trouble got there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name is from?
My name is Harris Connor, and I'm calling from New Georgia Estate.
Welcome, Harris.
Well, you see, this issue of agriculture in Liberia for sustainability, I don't think we are taking this serious as a whole. I mean, if government can afford yellow machines to do rehabilitation for roads, I don't see why we can put money and put it for agriculture machines so that we can do mechanized farming. I don't care how much of a cutlass and whole farming we do in this country. We are just not able to.
So true.
The ministry should be able to place more emphasis on that. So, that will create employment and will be able to produce food. Thank you for.
Okay, my brother. Let me take my season now. Good morning, my Sisi.
How are you doing?
Good doing great, my Sisi.
Thank you. So I was starting my page. Jawiago. We say, oh, Jawiago. Pastor Joe is trying to take on the platform. Pastor Joe, you understand? Pastor, you are there?
Yeah, we hear you, man.
Yes. They hear you.
Get money on the platform, give me your success story for worker administration. That's success story for her. They say we have a vote. He must say, Pastor, on the place, he must say, why is that? He must say, they say we have a vote for clue, we have a vote. So tell them, go to a big market. They won't let the land. You know me, you must say the battle. You go for the land, people say the battle there. What's the plan yesterday when we are we get to the quote. The people are suffering. That's what Martin said to me. So let's try on the platform that you can afford to have your money to go by resting the superman. Don't cry. That's your time. That's what we're going to do for us now. But we're very, very safe. We want our food to eat. We want that food. We want the food for us. Also, we want enter to the other worker. Also, the everything empty for our time to the hospital. Everything they die to the door. They're burning children to the door, mom. No, medicine to the hospital. Oh, yeah, but yesterday, say what we are. Now, all everybody you're putting on, we are. Stop playing on your platform. Stop playing on your platform. Let them work out. No, you want to do what they do for all. Let you bring a job. You are suffering with your face. You are suffering. You are calling my judge. Then you crying. They're crying that side, yeah. They get 2 years, going to 4 years. You are crying that side. That's the key. For me, I don't know my home. I'm not in my little
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, my brother. Your name?
Yeah, so my name is Jonathan, and I'm calling from Matali.
Welcome, Jonathan.
Yeah, as I was sitting listening to the show, I heard a lot of people talking. But I can tell you about Tottenham, Togo, and other people government. I know something about Taylor, something about Ellen, and Dallo, George Weah, and Ellen. My man can tell me, I didn't know which government ever put food in everybody's mouth in the Liberia. So when I hear people talking, oh, we're suffering.
Oh, come on.
Job, but even if the government bring job, just getting mad at everybody will not be able to work. One of my fathers saying, agriculture is a major problem to our society. And nobody want to make fun, and nobody want to do anything, but every day government. Even myself, I'm not working. This when I'm working for me doing the job, we are talking about, look at it. I put my hands somewhere to be turning around. And all the time, we have to be running behind people. You not got to run the politicians. So we should not be blaming government come, government go, government come, government go. We all need to think and do something for our very self. Thank you.
Okay, my brother.
Say a point.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
The name where you joining us from, my brother?
My name is Jackie Reku, joining you from the EA, the rating of village community, Gazalu.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, but in Liberia, people shouldn't be surprised because everything that the Excellency Joseph Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, doing today, along with the cabinet minister, he said it. When the champion was going on, Joseph Boakai said, when he said, President Joseph Boakai said that when he called for him to work with the devil to become president, he said he got to work with the devil. Everybody down to the late Prince Johnson and all were behind him. Today, Joseph the devil and all the president work. All the president, all the all Kabul, all Bishop, all Pastor. Yeah, they all followed behind him. And today, Joseph Boakai, the president, Joseph Boakai, cabinet ministers are running the country like this along with drugs. Everything, breaking people houses down with all incentive, making food press competition, everything going higher. Why should the people complain? Because whatsoever you sow, this is what you reap. Even though you put in the studio there, your people condition that why you're saying it, but you are already established. Ever since the Liberian people agree with all Joseph Boakai he's doing. The President Joseph Boakai said it. And all the ministers, all churches, all most people that work with him to become to where he is today, where with the devil. Everybody said, yeah, well, that's a red man. He got a 45-year experience. So the experience, when they try to spread it with the Liberian people, look at today, they pay the horses, but they beyond people that they were. Look at Mr. Thomas for that speak of where. Look at the kind of university that I get to 72nd. Nobody can ask him how you manage to get the money. Nobody. Look at what he's there for. So all the things that the thing we selected. This is why we so we got to reap it. Nobody will complain with you accept the result and live by it. Then this coming, we get sense. But now Liberian people are learning sense. So I think Joseph Boakai to teach us these senses that any kind of election can be selection or the thing about the country. I thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Let me take the last quarter, yes. We'll go back to the team there because of Houston. We lost the quarter there. 0777 959 959 081 871 670. The number to call and be a part on the show this morning. Let me take the quarters right here. Good morning.
Is it morning or afternoon?
Good morning, my brother. Good morning.
How you doing there?
We're doing great. Your name? We're doing great, my brother.
Hello?
Hello, my brother. Your name?
Yeah, my name is Blanc Johnson, calling from Cinco.
Calling from Cinco, Blanc. Welcome to the program.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, you my brother, Blanc.
Okay. I said calling from Cinco, man.
Yeah, welcome.
Anyway, thank you first of all. I just want to Matisi, thank you, man. Give it to them, Google, I behind you. But take my number. Matisi,
Take my number 0770612. Now I get something to tell you. Please, Marty C. 07706.
God.
Now,
So
Martin,
who
you
the
keep
man?
on the radio.
The man looking for Marcy.
Yo, the man finally came out.
Man looking for Marcy. Don't forget to tell the man number.
Martin is our super caller to this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, let me cut what it
And everyone who called in spoke well. And again, no one should apologize for who they voted for. They say you can take the cow to the river. If the cow don't want to drink, you leave the cow there. So people who took the rescue team decided to leave the rescue team. I think that is their view, but I don't think we should be able to rub each other's face. But listen, that you should expect that. Even Joe that is on the show today was part of the rescue team. But Joe owe no one an apology. Yesterday, I was part of the Cummins team. I owe no one an apology. That's what I feel to. But Julius said something that once Mr. Cummins is elected, we will be there to chester him to make sure that everything we spoke about should come to pass. That is what you're supposed to do. I don't disagree with people on the first day to criticize who they brought to power, because you must do it on the first day. Don't allow them to go. Some people say, "Oh man, too early." No, do it the first day. Do it the first day. Your time is important. I would not spend all the time on Facebook, on radio, or in the trenches to bring Mr. Cummings to power. Then when he in power, then I say, "Oh, I will give it." No, I'm not giving him time. His agenda, I expect him to implement everything on that agenda. You can see the woman with 15 children that you married, the money you can't tell me I'm gonna give you an excuse. You saw the problem, and I expect him to fight the problem, and I expect him to listen to us and to listen to every Liberian. Some people, the truth is the truth. We must change. We must change our leaders. They have not done anything. That is simple. You know them. Don't pretend like you don't know them. Don't pretend. Jeremiah Kun, you telling me I should bring Jeremiah Kun back to power? I should bring Edwin Snow? I should bring Thomas Fala? I should bring Sir Joseph? I can call the names going on and on. You know how they got rich. You know their position today. My people, if we don't do it, nobody going to do it. White men will not do it for us. You can pray from now to judgment that God will not cast our ballot. You don't have to cast our ballot yourself. Put everything aside and say, listen, enough. And I respect people. My Josephine, Edward, I respect you for coming out in this kind of time and say, listen, I'm done. I will not continue with you. Give your closing, Julius and Anthony, and then Edward, and then we can call it a day. And then next week, Saturday, this Saturday, we'll have with us and Tar. Yeah, Tar will be on the show too.
So, Manek, I want to actually respond specifically to the caller who said we cannot depend on the government to do everything. Government will not put food on our table. I totally agree with you, right? You also mentioned the idea of having to get into agriculture. Perfect idea. But this is why we are asking our government to do certain things. The government creates the enabling environment. The government creates the enabling environment for people to become self-sufficient, independent, financially or in however way. What am I saying? Because human, we are incentive driven. When the government start to incentivize agriculture, you will see a lot of young people will start to get in that direction. Okay, if you have a farm as an individual, the government will provide you blah, 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 blah. And every month, this will come after we have evaluated your farm and make sure that you're doing what is expected of you. You will get this amount of money. You have this grant that will be given to you. So it can help you transport your produce from one place to the other. Guess what's going to happen? All right. You will see a lot of people will start gravitating in that direction. When the government see reason to lift up the wage, increase the minimum wage for nurses and doctors, you will see a lot of young women and men will start to move in that direction because they want to become nurses. And now you will start to provide quality or health care, when you start to make the teachers, you provide them livable wages, like Mr. Cummings said. Let us not just give these people money for transportation to go to school and back. When you start to make the teachers to feel value, appreciated, guess what happens? Then you start seeing other people looking in that direction. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can become a teacher too if I'm qualified. This is what we are talking about. We are not lazy people. We are well capacitated mentally to get our country beyond. But because the corrupt few now have the economy strangulated because they want you in their pockets, that's why we are here. It's not because Liberians are refusing to be a part of the process. But let me leave this with you. A lot of us cannot continue to go back and fight ourselves because of decision we made. What we can do now is let us try to amalgamate forces, reach out to our brothers and sisters. Let us not just talk about it. Reach out to your neighbors and make the case as to why Mr. Alexander Cummings should be elected and why we, the people, will hold him accountable from day one until the last day of his presidency. Folks, thank you all for being a part of the show. It was a wonderful show. As often stated, your co-host, your humble seven, Lofa Julius, from the People's State of Raleigh, the state of North Carolina. You all have yourself a wonderful, wonderful morning.
How can I follow Lufa, man? It's tough to follow somebody like Lufa, but I will try my best. So, just like Lufa said, the brother who talked about government can't do everything, that's true. The great United States of America provide farmers subsidies. Farmers subsidies. In simple terms, the government help the farmer then to get money so they can grow more food. That's what farmer subsidy is. You understand? I grew up in the Ivory Coast. There is farmer subsidy in the Ivory Coast. 65% of the national budget of the Ivory Coast comes from agriculture. Last year, the national budget was 25 billion United States dollars. So, government changed the narrative. Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré bought 450 tractors in the first year. If we can afford to buy 285 yellow machines, why stopping us from buying tractors to do agricultural work? So, and I think the caller for bringing this up earlier, one of the callers mentioned this. Agriculture is the bedrock of most economy in the world. Brazil, Egypt, Israel, the United States. These countries were economic. Let me go right back in Africa. Ghana, Ivory Coast. Ghana and Africa in 2018, they signed a memorandum of understanding for cocoa, that the cocoa price will not be less than $2,700 per metric ton. Since then, Ivory Coast and Ghana dictates the price of cocoa on the world market. You understand? That's the power of agriculture. Ivory Coast sends banana, pineapple, and most of the other crops to Eastern Europe. They export it. Our neighbor, the same rainfall that falls in Ivory Coast falls in Liberia. The same sunshine that shines in Ivory Coast shines in Liberia. What is our excuse? Matter of fact, today Liberia have more forests available for agriculture than Ivory Coast. What is your excuse? Look, if any Liberian thinks that government don't have an impact in a country, then you rather didn't do civics in school. And I was glad when I heard the Minister of Education that they're bringing back civics to the curriculum. Liberian, listen and listen keenly. The Bible said if the man fails to feed his family in his household, he's more than an infidel. The very Bible, 84% of the people in Liberia declare themselves as Christian. So the vast majority in Liberia know that. Even in the Quran, it talks about feeding your family. So if you come here and say government can do it all, you're right. But government has the responsibility because every year it is the executive mansion that issue the national budget, not the legislature.
There is an executive mansion that determines how much money should be in the budget every year. So they set the tone as to how the country is going to go every year. If they cannot prioritize, make agriculture as important as anything else in Liberia, I don't want to hear any excuse. Any Liberian today listening to me, they know that rice is our #1 food that we eat in the country. The good men say, or the educated men say, staple food. It's the #1 thing. Liberian men can eat cassava, eat yam, salt for food. Once you eat rice, you ain't eat yet. So I want to tell you, make sure that Liberian men can afford that bag of rice. They should not be buying rice back up. I'll leave it right there, General. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you. And Edward, take it from there and do your closing. And
Yeah, just
George,
on me.
thank you very much.
Time is at hand now. So yeah, so clearly, during the campaign, there was a lady passing around with pickup truck with her milk. Yeah, sharing it around with, to with disadvantaged youth. Currently, she's doing it again. And then we're all the time now. But what I can say to you, check our people you to Monday. Yeah, Monday. I see you Monday. My name is Edward Spencer Encho. See you, man. Have a nice day.
Okay, Edward. Thanks for coming. Okay, General.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's ABC time. The general approved this song. Liberia, stand up. 2029. Ooh, it's Alex Cummings time. Who do we have? ABC. Who do we want? ABC. Who we will carry? ABC. Alex Cummings all the way. Who do we have? ABC. Who do we want? ABC. 2029, we're making change for a better Liberia today. It's Alex Cummings time, let's give him a chance. New vision for the country, now we advance. From the struggle to success, we're ready to grow. ABC leadership, now we go show. Infrastructure rising, better roads ahead. Job creation so the youth can be fed. Agriculture, education, healthcare strong. Government of inclusion where we all belong. We're tired of promises going in a circle. Time to break free, make the system work. Oh, transparency and truth we demand. ABC is the man for the land. Who do we have? ABC. Who do we want? ABC. Who we will carry? ABC. Alex Cummings all the way. Who do we have? ABC. Who do we want? ABC. Who we will carry? ABC. Alex Cummings all the way. Economic expert with a powerful plan. Reformer on a mission, yes he can. To stop corruption, bring accountability. Open government but full transparency. 16 tribes, one identity. 173 districts, unity. 5 counties standing hand in hand. One Liberia, one strong land. We are one, that's what he said. Loving, hard working every day. Together we rise, together we stand. Building the future of our land. No more waiting, no more delay. 21st century, we on our way. For the youth, for tomorrow, make we try. ABC, lifting Liberia high. ABC, hey, ABC, the visionary, the leader we see. ABC, ABC, changes now for you and me. ABC, 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 changes now for you and me. Let's do it together, hand in hand. For every village, every land. 2029, we take a stand.